Ladies and gentlemen, now one thing I got so much on the Cosmic tier list was saying that Venom is an overrated character and I need to move him lower. And I think people just aren't aware of how strong Venom is with the 6-star Awakened Venom Relic, because he can absolutely destroy so many top tier meta defenders in an absurd amount of time. This is a Jean Grey here, very easy matchup. I don't think we even need to properly use and utilize the relic here. By the time I use it, the matchup is over. That was 30 seconds. But I really want to showcase kind of a wide variety of defenders. In this video, we will be using no class advantage, so I'm not going to go for any tech champions at all. There are some characters like Arcade that we can nuke very, very quickly, but I want to show you either neutral or negative matches to really show what Venom can do with this relic and why the Venom relic is currently my favorite relic in the game. And if you have the opportunity, I really do recommend getting all the resources you can to fully max it out. So here we have Deathless Thanos, who is known as one of the most tanky defenders in the game. The bleeds are just doing so much work. We got 5 stacks, now 6 stacks of the bleed vulnerability passive. The bleeds are kind of easily moving him down to the health thresholds where he's triggering protection, and then we can just bait out the special attacks, wait a little bit, the protection goes, and then Deathless Thanos is down. I think that is one of the quickest kills ever recorded against Deathless Thanos on the test map. That was a 43-second takedown of Deathless Thanos, and usually a good champion can do that fight in about a minute. But this is Venom, dude. He's just absolutely cooking. Another top tier meta defender is going to be Spider-Woman Jessica Drew. Again, being a Spider-Verse hero, just such a perfect matchup. You see the evaders failed there, so it just makes her kind of like a vanilla defender. And then if you have the ability to burst her down before the fumbles comes into play, you're just not really dealing with anything at all in this matchup. So yeah, again, the match just goes down so quick. That is 24 seconds against a 7-star rank 4 Spider-Woman. But anyway, I want to show you my Venom and Relic setup for this video. So this is the Venom we're going to be using today, and just to give you a little bit of an overview of the Venom, he's at rank 4, Sig 200, but the Relic is the most important thing. So I cannot stress how insane this relic is, awakened as well, because for every single buff on Venom, and you'll see this passive apply in the fight, you inflict an indefinite bleed vulnerability passive that stacks up to 6 times, and every single one of these is 16% more bleed damage. So if you've got 6 unique buffs on Venom, this is 96% more bleed vulnerability, and then you've got bleed vulnerability off using the relic as well, which stacks on top of this, which is 26.5%. And then you have almost 7% bleed debuff potency. So all of this stuff, dude, is just weaving together to make the bleeds mega. And then the thing that's allowing us to crit so much is this loadout on the first slot. For every unique buff Venom has active, we're getting almost 7% critical rating and a little burst of crit damage as well. So very nice. And then we also have, for the buffs we got on ourselves, the Fury, the Precision, the Cruelty, that buff potency is increasing. You can also switch this one over to kind of reduce the duration on mutation as well. But I think for the burst cycle, dude, I kind of prefer this one, but there are reasons in certain matchups where you could argue that this one could potentially be a little bit more valuable there. But yeah, this is the setup we got today. I don't have any boosters on. We don't have suicide masteries. We're not going to be using team synergy here. So you can take note of the Venom's power index. Again, fairly standard for a 7-star rank 4. But anyway, let's get into some more matches. Now, as we enter this next matchup, pay very close attention to the bleed vulnerability. So Venom immediately starts, because of his buffs that activate, you've got the symbiote one, the 2 on the base, and also potentially a 3rd separate one that can trigger. It just immediately applies that passive bleed vulnerability, and then if you go in, you get some crits, dude. The matchup is just over. Scorpion deleted from existence, 16 seconds, a dual threat for some characters, but for Venom, it is a very fast matchup. Another defender you see fairly occasionally in Battlegrounds at the moment is Galan, kind of a dual threat. We had probably one of the most incredible starts you can have here with Venom, but yeah, we just got lucky. We got 4 separate buffs. We got the bleed. Here we'd also have access to the Relic in regular Battlegrounds to, get that additional bleed damage, but here we did not. But Galan still goes down. An incredibly fast matchup there, but that's definitely on the better side of RNG. 18 seconds. Now, next up, I wanted to showcase Venom against Enchantress and go for a non-optimal start because she has all 3 of the debuffs here. So we got a good kind of opener there. Enchantress is kind of a different ballgame in Battlegrounds because here I would have access to my Relic and then I can just combo on and it, you know, you can do some really crazy things. But here we have to play a bit more defensively and hope she doesn't throw that special one in. Sometimes Enchantress will just do that though, and then that doesn't feel great. But we got a Relic intercept there and Enchantress is down. But Venom is kind of my like favorite Enchantress champion in Battlegrounds at the moment, just because I can catch a lot of people off guard. Now, speaking of catching people off guard, we have the Yelena matchup, and you can see the buffs at the start aren't really like super optimal here. We've got like armor up, physical resistance. We had some alright luck on the bleeds so far. We got 4 of them, but the bleeds still deal a lot of damage, even with the endurance passive that Yelena has here. And one of the really good things about Venom as well, just because the bleeds kind of hit in so much, it just makes it fairly easy to get that transition below 50%. We go for a special one here, we apply a couple more bleeds. I was probably a little bit safer than I needed to be there, but then we like bang out cheeky intercept, we go for another parry, and now she's below 50%. I've kind of got everything I need to just absolutely combo in and destroy her. But overall, that is going to be a Yelena done incredibly clean, and the time on that one was 41 seconds. That will surprise anybody in Battlegrounds. You just wouldn't think that Venom can do that matchup so well. Now, another Mystic dual threat character that people love is Werewolf by Night. You occasionally see him kind of plop down on defense. Mainly he's used offensively, but somebody might try to trap you. See, you got Cosmic Attacker. Okay, I'm going to put down my really tanky Mystic champion, and then I'm going to be having a great time. But not in the case of Werewolf by Night, because Venom, you know, look at the bleeds, dude. They are just going to work here and doing so much. And then we finish off with a combo. We had extension on the special one. There's kind of a common theme with a lot of these matches, dude. There's overkill. Like, I'm kind of just ramping up. Half the fights I don't even get to use my Relic as well. Now, next up, we got Wolverine Weapon X, and this might be a bit of a surprising matchup to some of you out there. So what makes this character so incredibly tanky and annoying is once he goes berserk, he is just going to heal like all of the direct damage taken. But imagine if all of the damage Venom dealt was pretty much bleed damage, which kind of is the case. So look at this. This is a Weapon X, like rank 4 equivalent, dude. Look at the bleeds just go into absolute town here. And there we go. That is a Wolverine Weapon X, under 30 seconds, super clean, super fast, 26 there, perfect. Now let's have a look at another chunky health pool. So we got a Void matchup here, and surprisingly, I've actually encountered a lot of people running 7-star rank 4 Void and BGs this meta. Although there's nothing particularly special, I completely understand it in debuff metas, and maybe last season as well if you didn't have a skill champion. But again, Venom, just like one special one, and then the fight is over. So a very quick matchup. But it really gives you just a sense of Venom's damage. You know, I've tried to showcase just a lot of different things, but that is a Void in 20 seconds there. So yeah, just crazy. And then next up, we got Havok. And Havok is a fight where you ideally need like a little bit of RNG, because ideally you want the armor up buff if you want to do this fight perfectly, because applying bleeds to Havok is still going to generate a lot of stacks on yourself. So at this point, just after the special one, this is where we would have got the first detonation, and if we didn't have the armor ups, because of Havok's special one going off, we would have a lot of detonation, but we just need like one armor up, and then it's fine. So yeah, as long as Venom gets a little bit lucky, he can do the Havok matchup, but just something to keep in mind. Now next up, we got Spider-Man Supreme, and this is one I wasn't too sure if he'd be able to do. I was kind of interested to test him out as a defender, but yeah, just like parry, spam light attacks. This matchup was very easy because Spider-Man Supreme is a very squishy character. So it's just been really patient here, just waiting for those opportunities to get lights in. And there we go, Spider-Man Supreme absolutely cooked. And an incredibly fast kill time of, yet again, another defender that was about 20 seconds. Now, I just wanted to try this matchup. I knew it was going to be pretty bad, but this one was just quite funny. So this is Venom versus Captain Britain, and you can see we are taking crazy amounts of Neuroshock damage, but at the same time, Captain Britain is taking crazy amounts of bleed damage. So it kind of becomes like a little bit of a nuke off here. Overall, it's not the cleanest match, but it's, you know, Captain Britain still went down. We didn't die, we didn't get blocked by that, and that was still a 22-second kill. So yeah, in some scenarios, Venom might just be able to win just off getting that fight down, and also the speed bonus as well. But again, not the most ideal. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I think that brings us to the end of today's video. I just wanted to show kind of a wide range of fights and really show that Venom, like, he hits like a truck, dude. Just get the Relic. The Relic is so worth it if you're a Venom fan, because you are just gonna double the effectiveness of this character and turn him into the ultimate Battlegrounds nuke. Thank you very much for watching, take care, and I hope you've had an absolutely fantastic day.